preventing Russia's use of nuclear weapons requires an understanding of Russia's nuclear strategy, doctrine, and capabilities. The role of Russia's nuclear forces is to prevent a large-scale nuclear attack on the Russian homeland and offset NATO's conventional superiority through limited use of nuclear weapons, to coerce when possible, but to defeat when necessary. Therefore, Russia's strategy is rooted in the assumption that nuclear use in limited areas is unlikely to escalate uncontrollably until large-scale US-Russian domestic exchanges occur, making a hypothetical NATO strategy that relies primarily on the threat of uncontrolled escalation a very risky. Anticipating the possibility of this threat becoming a reality, NATO will hold nuclear exercises involving fighter jets. NATO will conduct major exercises involving fighter jets capable of carrying nuclear warheads. However, active nuclear bombs were not involved in this large exercise held by NATO. NATO must complement its dual combat capabilities with at least one more nuclear capability that meets the requirements noted above. Several candidate systems can meet these requirements, but the Nuclear-Armed Maritime Cruise Missile, SSBN, deployed on U.S. attack submarines provides all the necessary attributes. Our exercises will help ensure the credibility, effectiveness, and security of our nuclear deterrent. This sends a clear message that NATO will protect and defend all allies. The exercises are not related to current world events, and most of the training is held at least 1,000 kilometers from the Russian border. NATO's strategic concept makes clear that the fundamental purpose of NATO's nuclear capabilities is to maintain peace, deter coercion, and deter aggression. The statement stressed that, as long as nuclear weapons remain, NATO will remain a nuclear alliance. This exercise will last until October 26. The F-35, a dual-capable aircraft, B-21 bomber, and air-launched cruise missile have been developed with enhanced penetration capabilities. Operationally relevant weapons delivery timeline, speed. The U.S. recently fielded W-76-2 warheads on SSBNs to provide rapid theater capability in limited scenarios and is developing new fast conventional missiles. In contrast to the U.S.'s low-explosive nuclear weapons, the European Commission warns that the development of low-yield nuclear weapons with a low firing range could reduce the threshold. Presumably, the same would apply to the United States threshold if the country follows the Commission's recommendation to increase the deployment of non-strategic nuclear weapons with low-yield capabilities. Given that Russia's strategy assumes that mutual deterrence against a large-scale US-Russian attack is strong, deterrence against Russia's limited nuclear use requires NATO's ability to persist in the face of limited Russian escalation without political coercion, and without being clearly militarily disadvantaged. This requires a range of U.S. and allied nuclear capabilities that allow for a credible, flexible response strategy that convinces Russian leaders that limited nuclear escalation provides no insurance against miscalculations regarding NATO's resolve, will not result in ending the war on their terms, and does serve the mission. Risk of uncontrolled escalation. NATO must be considered fully prepared to face what Thomas Schelling called competition in risk-taking, that creates threats that leave open opportunities. To realize this strategy, NATO's nuclear and conventional forces must be capable. The alliance's Steadfast Noon exercise is held annually and involves nuclear-capable aircraft, conventional jets, reconnaissance and refueling aircraft, and will involve more than a dozen NATO allies. The exercise is scheduled for next Monday and is expected to continue until October 26. Deployed to the front, the United States had dual-capable fighters and B-61 bombs supported by bombers with long-range cruise missiles. Survive a preemptive attack without generating daily strength. Multiple explosive yield options, including low-yield U.S. nuclear forces earmarked for regional options, already have a variety of low-yield options.